Good morning, everybody. DDB with Model Cars. Um, so today I want to talk a little bit about my love-hate relationship with this kit. But first, the reason why I'm doing that is because I didn't get any work done on my Camaro, except for a little bit of black washing on the orange that's inside here. Just put some black washing on it, make it look a little greasier and less like brand new kit plastic. And I like that. I think it came out pretty good, helped quite a bit, and makes me feel better about leaving it that way. Didn't get any work done on the 60 Ranchero either. So yesterday I went out running errands, one of which was to get drill bits so that I can work on the back of the wheels so I can get those on the Camaro. So yay there. I had issues with electricity in our house yesterday. So lights have been flickering and stuff, and kind of thought maybe it was our house because they have solar panels installed on it, the previous owners, and I kind of wondered how well they had done in installing them and the work that was done with them. I mean, it looks pretty professional. Um, but we've had a lot of pulsing and stuff with our lights pretty much since we've been here, and so I've always just kind of wondered. But I don't know anything about electricity really. That's my biggest weak spot. Um, so, but yesterday evening after I got back home, um, it was hard to get any work done on anything because the lights kept flickering, and then a couple of different times the power actually went out for a long time, except for one wall in my house, which I find to be very weird. Anyways, so about 9 o'clock at night, power went out again. I was downstairs. I go upstairs. Wife's just walking in, and she says the power company's out there working on our pole. Well, great. So I go out there after the power came back on to see what they had found, what they'd fixed, or whatever. They said, "Hey, you're good to go. Something was loose up in the box or whatever, and so shouldn't have any more problems. Everything's taken care of. You're great, good to go." So I said, "Thank you." And he's like, "Have your guys' lights been flickering off and on for a while?" And I said, "Yeah." And especially the last week, they've been flickering actually off and on instead of just pulsing. And so he's like, "Well, it should be good now." So hopefully, I've been worried about it, and hopefully we won't have any of that problem. Haven't had any since then, none of the pulsing or anything. So I said, well, maybe that's been bad ever since we moved in. Maybe it just wasn't gone, but it was going bad. So, like I said, don't want to have, a lot of talk about made up drama, but once again, life happens, life interferes. So that's why I couldn't get to that stuff yesterday. Life wanted to interfere. So I decided I'd do a video today because I couldn't put one up yesterday, and seeing I didn't make any build progress, I was planning on talking about this kit at one point in time, anyways, because this is, I don't want to say it's my favorite kit, but it's kind of my favorite kit, and I have a love-hate relationship with it. Just because, like, sometimes you shouldn't love the person you love, but you love them. You can't help it, right? And it's kind of that way. Um, shouldn't love this kit, but I do. So part of the reason why I love it is the option. You can build it box stock. You can build it factory stock, or you can build it as a drag version. It comes with two complete engines, so you don't have to use the block for the one. You have a small block 350, and then the big block 454. You got your stock wheels or your big fat drag slicks. Yes, please. In my opinion, there should be in every single model kit 2 sets of rims, a pair of fat tires, and a hood scoop. Either 2 hoods or 1 hood and a hood scoop that you can put on. My opinion. Round 2, make that happen. Every kit should be customizable. So let's talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. So this is a first round kit. This is also about my 8th time of doing this video. So I'm going to talk really fast if I can, and go over this stuff. I want this under 10 minutes, but I'm already 5 minutes into it. So they got, I don't know why on earth A&T didn't put the front fenders on this model kit. The only model kits I've ever seen that didn't have the front fenders are flip nose kits, and this is not a flip nose kit. You can make it a flip nose kit, but it's not one. So you got to get these mold lines. You got to do it right, because if you warp the shape and stuff, then the fenders aren't going to fit on. So removing mold lines is it's part of modeling, and so it's not that big of a deal, except for if you get it wrong, you can screw up the fit and the look of your whole car. So you got to get that right. This kit also has a chunk missing, and I think this is just a bad box or whatever. This body is bad. This was a bad kit from that run. Not that run's necessarily bad. This is either an original or like a second release kit. This is a brand new one. This is the one you get at Hobby Lobby right now, and I've checked it. And everything that's wrong with this one doesn't have wrong. And this does have one problem that this one don't. The parts are still in the bag, so I can't be 100% sure, because I'm kind of looking through the bag and feeling, and it feels right. But you don't take this off the sprue. The manufacturer takes it off the sprue and sticks it in the bag. This one, if you look, I didn't do a very good job cleaning that up, but there's 2 spots on there where it was attached to some sprue. And but this one's good. I mean, I do a little more cleaning on that, and you'll never notice. This one has 2 chunks out of the bottom. So that's great if you're building a rusty piece of crap, but it wasn't my intention. If I was, this would be the one I would do, because it's already got issues. So this is missing a chunk out of the back window. And then this fender doesn't want to fit on at all. Partly because it's got a multi-warp on this corner. It's already been worked, so you probably can't tell, but it actually bubbles up, comes back down, and then bubbles up and twists up at the very end corner. Now, it's not as dramatic now as what it was, because I worked on it, and but it was never going to fit, so I did this. So it's not going to be a flip nose. What it's going to be is like a pro drag car or a full-time drag car. You do your run, you pull in the pits, crew yanks the front piece off, like a one-piece fiberglass piece, work on your engine, slap it back on, go out there and do your next run. So that's what I'm going to do. This was supposed to be the final paint, but I quit. This is one of the models I was working on before we moved in our last house, and then I no longer had a model room, and I talked to you guys about that in one of my previous videos. So this is set for about 20 years. That's how long it's been since I've been modeling. So this was going to be the paint job that it had, but now it's all scuffed from sliding around in the box with the parts and stuff. I didn't wrap it up. Partly because I thought, well, it's just going to be a dull paint job, so why worry about it? Plus, I also didn't figure on never working on it. So it's got to be redone, which is great, because there's some stuff I need to kind of fix up on it anyways to make it better. I de-chromed it. Everything that was chrome, the wheels, the bumper, stuff like that, I repainted gloss black. So I wanted the whole murdered out, everything black look for it, but I didn't want it to all be the same color of black. But when I repaint it, then I'll have to go back and mask the front bumper off, paint it to match the back bumper, because that just makes sense in the wheels. But that's it. I mean, when it's done, it's a great looking kit. The interior is actually done. I'm not going to do any more to it. So yay for that. I put pieces of styrene over the inner door panels, but I didn't shave them down, and you can see the armrest poking through. You can see it on both sides. If I were to do that again, then I would file those flat and then put the styrene over it, so that way it's a nice, clean, flat look. But, you know, it is a race car, so kind of like the dirt track car, you know, they don't have to be perfect. They're not that professional of a crew. So yeah, that's my old Pro. Like I said, I wanted to talk about this anyways, and so I'm going to use the kit wheels. I'm going to do the kit stance for it. Originally was going to tub it out, but decided against that. Going to go for the way it sits. And it doesn't sit like this if you haven't ever built it or seen it. It actually sits really high in the back, and this almost makes it look like a four-wheel drive. The way the picture almost looks like the front wheels are as big as the back wheels. But I'll try to lower the front end a little bit, I think. But it might be a little bit difficult because I'd have to go through the engine block a little bit more. Yeah. So I'm trying to think. You know, you want the front down, so wheels got to go up. Yeah. So that's it. Hey, I have. Last time I checked, 25 subscribers. I can't believe that. Blows my mind. Thank you guys so much. It's not even been a week yet, so my mind is just absolutely blown. And the community has been just absolutely great. The feedback has been amazing. Yeah, just some of you guys are just the words that you've given me, the encouragement and stuff, and then just welcoming to the community. Just absolutely minds blown. I really don't even know what to say other than just thank you so very much. It means just the absolute world to me. Yeah, it's just so humbling, and I just thank you guys so much. I just think the YouTube community is just amazing. So thank you for welcoming me into it. I just greatly appreciate it. I just don't know what else to say. So just thank you guys all, and I wish nothing but the best for each one and every you. You're all my brothers in the hobby, and so thank you so much.